want to say thank you so much again for coming and joining us this week. And I think we're at a great time in America. Even though the economy is where it's at, I think this is one of the most special times in that we're finally now, like there wasn't a Go Green Expo 2-3 years ago. I mean, I was personally inspired by, I'm sure most of you, by Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth a couple of years ago, and there was no eco-friendly trade show here in New York City such as this. So I got inspired to produce this show, and I'm really, really happy that this is our second annual event here back in Hilton. We do shows in Philadelphia and Los Angeles, we're expanding all over the country to try to basically show people how easy it is to go green. You know, for every aspect of your life, there's always a more earth-friendly alternative. So whether it's the car you buy, the shirt that you wear, organic cotton or hemp, which uses, of course, no pesticides, the food that we eat, most of the food, as you all know, is polluted with steroids and pesticides. And obviously, if you go organic and natural, you're going to rid your body of all those toxins. And most importantly, I think we've learned, especially in the last few months, that by the simple choice of a vote, you've been able to change an administration to a new administration that puts green on top and not at the very, very bottom. So,
hi, it's Paul Slakis, Good News Broadcast. I'm at the Hilton. I'm here at the, what is this called?
Go Green Expo.
There it is. That's why you're here, because you helped create this, if not did create it.
I did.
With a lot of people, I imagine.
Yeah, with my team. Basically, I saw the Al Gore movie a couple of years ago. I was inspired to produce an eco-friendly trade show to showcase to New Yorkers how easy it is to go green your business and to green your life.
Okay, and what inspired you, in essence, in that movie enough to want to then, in essence, build a business around it?
Well, I've been producing trade shows and job fairs for 15 years. I've produced 700 events, and I basically said to my team, and we kind of brainstormed, and we said, hey, listen, why don't we just create something that showcases earth-friendly products for eco-baby products, fashion, hybrid cars, business products, and put them in a forum where people can go check it out, taste them, sample them, try them on, and make it easy for people to go green. And hence we created Go Green Expo.
Okay, how has the attendance been? How has been the sponsorship?
Great.
And,
Nearly
the exhibitors? How are we doing here?
Well, the exhibitors, we've sold out of exhibitor space, which is great, especially in this economy. And in terms of attendance, it's been very strong. Yesterday we had a couple of thousand business professionals. Friday is our B2B day, where business buyers and procurement officers, business buyers and...
That's show business, we
could edit that.
Okay, that's fine. It's all part of life.
Absolutely. It's a busy show.
And that's good news.
First day is for business people, and over the weekend, it is for consumers and business people. So it's open to everyone over the weekend.
Okay, so now tell us a little bit about some of the kind of people that are here. I know you have some celebrity status people.
We've got Mariel Hemingway. She's going to talk about greening your life from a food perspective and a personal perspective. Nigel Barker is going to talk about what's going on in Canada, the big seal hunt, and the devastation that's going on there. We've got executives from GM, executives from Dell, talking about the automotive industry and the future of electric cars and alternative fuels. And tomorrow we've got green leadership. We've got the president of Tree Hugger, the head of the Sierra Club. We've got Josh Dorfman, the lazy environmentalist. We've got a whole slew of best-selling authors. Really, we're covering the entire spectrum from consumerism to running your business in a more eco-efficient way.
Okay, we love that. We've been involved with the eco, or being a conservationist for 50 years.
Yep.
Myself personally, because I was a Boy Scout.
Terrific. Same here.
Originally, we were taught to clean up after your mess or whatever you did. We went out and
planted
played
trees.
In the woods,
Sure.
and you planted more trees.
Yep.
And it was a totally, utterly, quite respectful way to live.
Yeah, it'd be nice if children and students, for that matter, were encouraged to get away from their living room TV sets, video games, and so forth, and get out and enjoy the earth. Because I think once you get an appreciation for the earth, you won't pollute it, you won't damage it.
Well, they also say we've interviewed integrative medicine Dr. Larry Dossi. Be interesting to have here because he says dirt is good.
It is.
What's in essence, to a certain degree, and the reality of the DNA of a tree and of a plant is similar to the human being. And in essence, the whole ecosystem, the whole life system, we are literally connected. And DNA, which I think is in our lifetime is a big deal, has proven the fact that a tree hugger should be a tree hugger because in essence, that tree hugger is your relation.
Well, that's where we get, a lot of our cures is from the rainforest. It's all derived from the forest. So if we wipe that out, we're essentially wiping out potential medicines of the future and even of today.
Larry says you say too clean, you'll probably get sick because in essence, dirt and those kinds of are part of our existence. So if you wipe yourself out, you live in a total
sterile world. Yep.
You're not going to be able to adjust to life around you. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably build up. I guess you won't build up an immune system because you won't be exposed to the dirt that has the that has the different chemical agents and so forth that you kind of need to grow with and then build up an immune system around.
And I think the thing here, chemical, in a sense, that's natural chemicals.
Yes.
There's a difference between a can that is spraying something and something that's in
a natural ingredient.
The magnesium and things that are already in our planet Earth.
Absolutely. That's why we're not only are we exposing the cars and material aspects like for your home or for electronics, but we also have lots of natural foods. We have even organic vodka. We have organic beer, organic wine.
What booth was that?
It's over there. We can get a drink later.
So, but you personally now, since you've done so many different kinds of events, I imagine
we do job fairs,
all kinds of different things over the years.
Yep.
Your knowledge in this area,
it's growing. This has been an educational trip for me. Also, I've met some fascinating people. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who runs Riverkeeper, and his passion for preserving our rivers, which is really, and especially, it's the water we drink. So if we didn't have a guy like him and the Riverkeeper organization, we might be drinking very, very different water, kind of like brown and dirty water for that matter. And I met a lot of inspirational people that really just care about the environment and have educated me that it's just very easy to go green. It's not difficult. And now these days, with more and more products that are eco-friendly, it's also cost-effective. It is not more expensive to be eco-friendly. That's a common myth.
It's good business. And
it is very good business, and for the future.
And for the future, by far. We've done 40 hours on the subject water. We have a show called The Water Hour, which we created a couple years ago, and we helped create the United Nations Decade of Water as well. Tomorrow we'll be up there with Pete Seeger and Clear Water, cleaning the Hudson River. I imagine maybe Bobby Kennedy will come down. Sure. Bobby Kennedy's Mr. President Robert F. Kennedy, John Kennedy, said this, that if someone can discover the way to deal with water, they will get 2 Nobel Peace Prize. The concern about water, 2 Nobel Peace. One is for science and one is for peace. So that's how strong of a concern water is, how strong the environmental conditions
Clean
are.
Water is almost a finite commodity because there's only so much rainfall, and with a growing population, we are really tapping way too much into it at this point, and we're certainly not conserving as much water as we can. So it's definitely a huge challenge. But I think at this point in time, we're finally coming to a paradigm shift. There wasn't a Go Green Expo 3 or 4 years ago, but now there is, and there's many others that are sprouting up all over the country. So that's a good thing. So even though the economy is terrible, we're still in this war overseas, I think it's also a great time for the environment because people are now careful about what they buy, at least more careful about what they buy, the cars that they buy, the food that they eat, because it's all relative. I mean, if you're going to eat non-organic food, you have to expect to get, you're going to have pesticides and steroids and all the crap that's in the poultry and in the meat system. So you really have to be careful of how you live your life.
An important reality also is that the environmental concerns is a worldwide issue.
Sure.
It's not just to the borders of North America and so on. And that, in essence, if
That's
you're
why it's
polluting,
global warming.
it's a global situation. If something is burning in some part
In
of
China,
the planet Earth,
the ash from the coal mines is going to land up in Los Angeles.
Right.
And they've had that situation. China is still building at a rapid pace, 1 or 2 coal mines a week, and the soot and the ashes and all the pollution is now falling on the United States, through the jet stream. So it is a global problem. And I think if China and if all the other countries that are now becoming industrialized embrace solar, wind, and water energy, we're going to have a much cleaner planet.
Okay, what's good news for Branford?
Today's my birthday. It's April 18th.
Hey, all right. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very, very much.
That's marvelous.
And
20, you can drink today.
Yes, I can. What's good? I have twins on the way.
Oh, mazel tov.
So that's,
as they
thank
say
you.
In some parts of Europe.
Yes, they do. And what else? And I'm really happy that we sold out all the exhibit space, and I'm just encouraging as many people to come. Students are free, senior citizens are free, to come and again check out the latest and greatest green products and services that are available today.
Mary, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
You're with the Environmental
I'm with
Protection
the
Agency.
United States Environmental Protection Agency, and their regional office here based in New York City.
Okay, beautiful. And you're here at the Go Green event, and tell us, working for a better environment. Let's see here. You got some good things here. Brownfields redevelopment, energy efficiency, enforcement, grants, integrated waste management, pollution. Wow. All right. So tell us about overall the EPA.
In many different programs.
The EPA overall to begin with.
Well, overall, EPA is a regulatory agency, and our job really is to enforce all the great environmental laws that are on the books, and also to write new regulations to keep tightening our standards here in the United States. So our job is to make sure cars keep getting cleaner, and factories keep getting cleaner, and facilities keep getting cleaner, and that your drinking water is safe, and that the air you breathe meets federal health standards. So in a very broad sense, we really are just regulating the sources of pollution in the United States. Along with that, though, we also want to partner directly with the public. And really that's what we're here to talk about today. We're here more to talk about how people can actually help their environment and by taking individual actions. For example, we have Energy Star. We want people to know that they should be buying appliances and lighting and equipment that's Energy Star rated. That means it's more energy efficient. So we want to promote that. We also want to promote it with the kids. We have Horton Hears a Who here talking about Energy Star. Gardening season's coming up, so we want to talk about how people can landscape and keep their gardens in a way that's more environmentally friendly.
I need this one.
Absolutely. Take away. And then on a little bit more of a serious note, I guess you could say, we want to remind people to have their homes tested for radon. Not so much an issue here in the city if you live in an apartment building, but all around the metropolitan area there are problems with radon. And it's a problem that can be very dangerous and yet is actually very easy to fix. So we want to encourage people to test their homes for radon.
Well, why are you pointing to where you're pointing?
Because this actually, I'm sorry, I should have pointed that out. This contains our radon website where people can get information on how to get a free test so that they can test their home for radon. And if they go to this, either call the 800 number or go to the website, they can get information on how to go about getting that radon test.
What's the name of the website?
The name of the website is www.epa.gov/radon, R-A-D-O-N.
What's radon?
Radon is an invisible gas that's a naturally occurring gas that can seep into your basement in your home, and it can cause cancer. As a matter of fact, about 20,000 deaths a year are blamed on radon exposure. If your basement has radon, it's relatively easy to fix. It's a simple ventilation system that would have to be installed. It's not real expensive, and it really could be the difference between getting very sick and being healthy. And then last but not least, saving water. EPA has a new water program now called Water Sense. I know many people are very familiar with Energy Star and the logo. We're hoping they'll become familiar with this logo, because what we're doing here is starting to certify products as being water conserving products. And right now there are faucets that are water sense rated, and a few other products. We're working to develop this program into essentially the water version of Energy Star.
Okay, well,
right.
thank you very much for sharing. What's good news for you personally?
What's good news for me is that expos like this are occurring, and that more and more people are aware that the environment is an important part of our lives and the economy. Look around you. It's all about green business now.
Hi. Oh, that's so cute. You said hi back. It's so great. Oh, that's scary. It's really wonderful to be here. I love New York City. I've lived in the city. I just got my daughter an apartment here. And I think I might be spending some more time in New York again in my life, which is kind of wonderful. I should explain to you why I'm green, why the environment means so much to me. I grew up in Sun Valley, Idaho, which is a gorgeous place. It's in the mountains, and I lived there most of my life. And you know, the outdoors and nature was really, really very important to me. But it wasn't something that you thought about. It wasn't something you had to do. It was in your blood. It was who I was. It was who I am. And that passion for nature and the environment was something that just, you know, even as I was a young teenager, I became passionate about speaking out for the wilderness. I was a part of the Wilderness Society. I used to go to Washington and speak about the wilderness. And you know, and my dad was a conservationist. He was an environmentalist in Idaho as well. He helped save rivers and do all kinds of things. And as you know, Ernest Hemingway was a great writer. You may know that. And he wrote about nature in a way that was so profoundly moving and powerful, and that affected me greatly as a child as well. So my passion for the environment was just a natural state of being, and I truly believe that being a part of nature is really part of being connected to yourself and connected to the world in a bigger kind of way.